How's it going, Leo community? Now you know who it is. The Soul Tigers here with a special story for Who This Wonderful Frequency. Now, thank you for your time and your energy as I interpret what's going on between the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, and everything in between. Now, remember that this is a safe and sacred space where we call in your angels, ancestors, spirit guides, as well as divine and universal energy to come in and be the guides and protectors for all the positive messages we're about to receive. Keep in mind that this is not love tarot, but I can't help what comes out. What this channel is geared for is creating the stepping stones, helping us feel our self-empowerment. And with these stepping stones of self-empowerment, we're going to get aligned with our soul being, which helps align us to a higher power. So let's go ahead and get started with the vibe. So first three words that come out is confidence, confession, concealment. I was like, holy moly, what? What is going on for the Leo frequency? And I quote, what doesn't break you can make you stronger, Leo. Can you be satisfied with saying that this is it? This is the end. This is all she wrote. And then I have an ancestor here. And this ancestor, this ancestor gives them like a tough guy kind of energy. And what this ancestor says is, I hope not. You've been through worse, kid. Sometimes life feels like a kick in the teeth. You have trolls around you, using fake accounts to mess with you, Leo. What you look for will always be there, or you will always find it, no matter if it's good or bad. And keep this in mind when you're on your devices. And I mention this because our devices are always listening to us, whether we like to admit it or not. There are plenty of apps that are always monitoring us, whether it's through our mic, through our cameras, through the algorithms that we use on the apps. Plus, they also feed into the algorithms. One thing is, and this is my personal opinion, is I don't do synchronicities, especially when it comes to numbers on my phone. Maybe if I see a time, then yes. But on any app that talks about synchronicities and stuff like that, I don't mess with it because it's all part of the algorithm. My personal algorithm that app is trying to use to keep me on the device longer. So if you want to look for certain things, or you feel like only certain things are around you, well, how are you looking for it? How are you feeding this algorithm so that it keeps wanting to come up, so that it keeps you on that app longer? That is something to think about, Leo. All right. And the last thing is the goals of these others is to sabotage by any means necessary. I wish it was different. I wish I already could start this off differently for you, Leo, but you got quite a bunch of people who are not happy. Yes, there's always the main one who's upset, but they have little friends. So that tells me you standing on business. You're standing on business, and these people are upset that you no longer want to be with their program anymore. Well, they're lost. They need to wake up and realize what's going on and what kind of shit they keep stepping in, right? So one of the biggest things, Leo, is don't let these others on these fake accounts, these trolls who are going to be trolling or have been trolling you, what it is they're going to try and isolate you or make you feel like you're isolated so that you will need them in a sense. Like, you cannot go out and get any other new group of friends, new community to be around, and because again, they want to sabotage you. It's up to you, Leo. Now, in the new moon, full moon interpretation, I talk about how sometimes choices of our past really take from us because we continue to this day to punish ourselves for them. Now, depending on how much these people know of you will depend on which ways they'll try and sabotage you. So there may be some monsters that they try and bring up. And in the new moon, full moon interpretation, I talk about that. How we need to conquer those inner monsters, quite like Hercules did, so that he could serve out his penance for what he had done. And if you get curious about a more in-depth look on how that plays into this cycle, go ahead and check it out. And for you, Leo, oh, bother, it's gonna be hot. It's gonna be hot, and it's gonna feel like when I see stuff coming from the left, I see stuff coming from the right. It's just every which way. And I get that that's gonna happen for pretty much the rest of this month for you. But we have something that's happening that's making us face some things. And it's not just some things, it's a lot of things. And either people are going to be sick and tired of other stuff or others' stuff, or people are going to be sick and tired of your stuff, your bull. So it just depends on where you're at when it comes to being sick and tired. So let's go ahead and get started with the introduction. Ancestors, what is it that needs to come out? Yeah, we have this drama starter. But this drama starter really feels like they have this right. Now this came out in the pre-shuffle too, dodging bullets. You are dodging bullets, Leo. Again, from this person. This troll. This person, whatever they're doing, they're trying to hide that they are the mastermind of what's happening. Even if you're getting some funky emails, all of a sudden you could be getting a lot of spam stuff coming in. I've seen it to where people have put other people's phone numbers, information up on Craigslist so that they would get all kinds of crazy weird people texting them or spam stuff. So if all of a sudden you're starting to receive spam texts, spam calls, spam or spam emails, or trolls on your stuff, that is whoever this person is. Could be somebody with long hair. Could be somebody who was hoping for something else from this Leo, a partnership, something. They were, what I get is they were counting on it. Maybe you going has left them in a certain predicament. Not feeling like they have the wealth they thought they had, or what I would say is they don't feel as cool, as hype, as loved, as what it is you chipped at their ego. Alright, forcer. Yeah, this person wants to force you into a corner, force you into making a decision that keeps them around. Now I have this bad habits. Did you leave them because they had bad habits? Leo, are you trying to clean yourself up from a toxic situation? a toxic situation that what you could feel like forced you to do things that you were already trying to get past. Maybe this person is such an ass because they are under the influence a lot too. I actually just had a discussion with somebody and I let them know that I'm not talking to them as much because the person they are when they're intoxicated versus the person that they are sober are two different people. And the one that is intoxicated, I don't have that much in common with, whereas the sober person, I have more in common with. So you could be trying to step away from something to try and better yourself. Let's see what else. Yeah. This person is going to try to get you in such a way that they are going to try and come in. Maybe as the knight in shiny armor with something that you're trying to get away from. It doesn't exactly have to be drugs. A person could be just trying to better themselves in a lot of different ways. I would focus on bad habits. But they're going to try and come in and they're going to try and find you at your weakest moment, or they're going to try and help get you to that weakest moment so they can come in and they can give this offer. And this offer again is going to come at the expense of what you've been trying to work away from, what you've been trying to wake up from. Now I get why this comes out in a confused position. You're not all the way there yet. It's still fresh. Everything's still fresh of what you're trying to do, I feel like. Don't give up, Leo. This is your warning. This is your warning. Somebody doesn't want to see you doing better. Somebody's upset that you're waking up. That means you're doing something right. Because I know they say when people start talking about you, when people start trying to tear you down, they say your haters are your #1 fans, and that's when you know you're doing something. So you must be doing something. Stick to it. I see paper and a pen. I would start journaling, start writing some stuff out when it comes to you getting frustrated and say these trolls are getting the better of you for the day or that day. I would get a pen and paper and write down how you feel. Write down how you feel, because somebody may just end up texting you at their right moment, again, to entice you. And you might be emotionally frustrated enough to do it. That's why I said if you can express that frustration through pen and paper, when this person comes to call upon you to offer that bad habit again, you would have already, I'm hearing, discharged that anger, those frustrations, by using the pen and paper. So let's go ahead and see what's going on for the present. What is it, universal energy and angels? I had a feeling. It had to do with something. Let's see if we can get this to focus on that. Maybe not, but we have the Lover's card here. Lover's card. Star. This dirty offer is going to play at that. Somehow this communication, when it comes in, because Lovers is also communication, how we think, that's Mercury energy, Gemini energy. Gemini is also seeing two different perspectives here. What they could be trying to make you feel like is you still need another thing to become whole. Instead of learning how to bring out both energies in yourself, they may be like, well, you know, you were better off when you had me right next to you and you were doing better. I mean, if they're trying to push those bad habits onto you, then that's not the thing. And what they're glued towards is your strength. They want to pull out that strength of yours. They don't want you this strong. They don't want you this confident. Whatever you spoke to them, that is your idea kind of partnerships, your idea outcome, I feel like this is the thing that this person's going to try and grasp onto. I feel like they're going to put on a song and dance for you. They're going to come in and try and be the most appealing to you as they can. So this already came out once when I was getting everything ready. This is the Death card in reverse. So the Death card talks about the 8th house energy, transformation through relationships. This one right here doesn't want you to have fortune in relationships. They don't want you to grow within relationships. The whole thing is, whatever you guys have been stuck on, the problems that you've been stuck on, whether this is a person, place, or thing, because businesses can run like this as well, they're totally fine. This person, it doesn't matter to them. I don't know. I don't know if this person is after what fortune you have, or just merely after you being miserable with them. That could be the thing right there. They just don't want you to go. They don't want you to go. They don't want you to see that you have an option to go. They don't want you to see that there's any options to go to. It's almost like a person who continues drinking around an alcoholic on purpose to get that alcoholic to want to drink again, kind of thing. I don't like this person already. Oh my goodness, how'd you get in cahoots with this one at one time? Whatever it was a 3 of Swords energy. Some kind of truth here you thought you were finding with this person. What kind of truth were you finding with a person like this? It had to do with balance. At one time you felt like this person seen you. They seen you in a way that no other seen you. I guess you've been judged a lot by a lot of people, I would say. I have slow movement here from this Chariot. Maybe this person wasn't quick to judge you when you first met them. Maybe because you were already down this road that you have been with them. What I get is surrounded kind of by the same things. Maybe you guys also walked away from the same kind of things too. Same kind of home environments. Something like that. What I'm getting is some kind of trauma bonding here. There is something that you guys had that was very familiar. Very, kind of like the same thing you guys went through. I get a clarity sword for the 5 of Swords. 10 of Swords, so then. Ooh. Alright, so 10 of Swords and upright. Bottoming out, troubles on the way, thinking like a victim will keep your life in a downward spiral. Plans and projects are in jeopardy. Your home life may be disrupted. Any area of your life is open to conflict. No matter how powerful and safe you are, trouble will find you. So you met them when your life was in a downward spiral. You could have been dealing with a lot of stuff, thinking like a victim. What happens if you were a victim? What happens if you were a victim of, say, something that you built up and then it all disappeared? Somebody all took the rug out from under you. That can happen in marriages, that can happen in careers, can happen just within family members. There could be a lot of different ways that we can be victimized by different types of traumas that we experience. And I feel like you were already at one time in a downward spiral and you had met this person. But this person, again, they don't want you to go. They don't want you to clean up. Yeah. Now we have the 10 of Swords in reverse. With the Queen. What I get is this person likes some kind of uppers. That's what I get. This person's on uppers. A lot of upper energy. Uppers could be even caffeine as well. People could be addicted to energy drinks, drinking coffee and stuff. But this person has a very high, fidgety energy. And one of the things that they sing with their song and dance with this Queen of Swords in reverse energy and the 10 of Swords in reverse energy is how they think that they got you through a lot. That they really put it on themselves that the reason why you did so good since the time that they met you until now was because of them. And that's what they're trying to convince everyone of this that's in your circle. Don't you remember when we first started talking and how you didn't have this, you didn't have that? Remember how it could have been your family kicked you out, or how you had just lost your job back then, or your spouse had just did you dirty kind of thing? Who was there for you? I was there for you. You have the rebound trying to act like there was something more than a rebound. Sit down. Sit down. Oh. But this rebound came with their own issues. At least 1, 2, 3 things. Three bags of their own. So I don't know what it is, but they have 3 things that are tied to them. I don't know if they have habits, if it could be medical stuff such as STDs, if it could be children, if it could be a whole bunch of debt. But it's 3 pretty big things that are attached to them, that's a part of them. That's what I know. So, I mean, I don't care for their song and dance. They ain't nothing, I'll tell you that. Alright, so yeah, their song and dance is, I'm the one who did all of this when everyone else was taking from you, just like what I was saying. But again, they don't want you to go anywhere. This is their song and dance to keep you from getting up and going. Alright, so with my ego, I would just say if this person's on this type of energy, I would just cut them a check for a quick C note and send them on their way. And they'll be happy for a couple days, but no, we have to hit it with love, light, and compassion. This person's human too. This person, even though they got 3 things attached to them, nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. And I think, Leo, you can attest to that. Nobody is perfect. But sticking with this energy is definitely what's holding you back and what's taking from you. I don't know what it is about this person's metafunction, but they have a big stuck energy. It's just like they could try to work on something, but they give up just as soon as they try. I don't know, maybe that's why you trying to do something and you actually keeping to that routine of getting out of these bad habits is what's so intimidating for them. But they don't see it as you could be the biggest example for them. If you can get out of it, then they can get out of it too, you know? What makes you any more special than them to get out of it? But you have to understand at the same time, some people like it there. I had somebody who I was very, very close with, and I asked him, I would always ask him, I would try to have interventions for them. They had started, smoking pills in high school, and it just progressed to heroin, then to meth and heroin. I'm not sure if they progressed to fentanyl after that, but I know they're finally getting sober. But I remember sitting down and talking with this person. I stopped trying to have interventions from them, and I just sat there and I accepted the life that they wanted to live. And I remember one of the last conversations I had with them is asking them if they were ready to get off the streets. And they weren't. They told me plain and simple, I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready to sober up. I'm not ready to change my life. I want to do what I'm doing, and I'm happy doing it. You really need to evaluate where this person's at and where you want to go in life, Leo. Because no matter how much this person, place, or thing was there for you, if they're not ready to step up for themselves like you're trying to step up for yourself, then it's time to let them go. It's time to thank them for the part of their journey that they had with you. So there, you guys bonded. They were there through some times with you. That's what I get. Especially through the times when you were walking away, maybe from some others who were judging you. It could have been family members directly. This person was there. You may feel bad for abandoning them, for wanting to choose you. But again, you have to be the change in the world you wish to see. Just like that Gandhi quote right there. And again, like I said, maybe through your actions, you can teach this person to want to strive for more, seeing that they do have options for more in life. All right, so we have a lot about this other person. Obviously, you're worried about them. You are worried about them. They are somebody you do care about, Leo. Just have to be careful because, like I said, there was that word sabotage, and there they are right there waiting to try and bring in those bad habits again. So let's go ahead and dive into the book. Universal energy and ancestors' guides. What is it that needs to come out for the block for the Leo frequency? Giving yourself permission to climb. Climb to your success. Climb to building again. Giving yourself permission to come out of where you have been. It wasn't meant for you to stay there. That's what it was. You could be worried about how you're going to feel about things. Could be worried about the people that you got to let go directly. And it's this one individual in particular. You're very worried about them. You're worried about what they're going to do. Yeah, we have this high priestess here. Now, it's either you're worried about what they're going to do directly to you, or you're worried about what they're directly going to do to themselves. This could be a person who's making their own bodily harm kind of threats. It could be, you could have somebody who is trying to sober up, maybe trying to go on the path that you're going, but if you leave them, they're making all kinds of threats. They could be threats against your belongings, things that you own, things that you've worked hard for. They could be making threats towards things that they think that you want in your future. They could be trying to make you feel like you are these others. Whoever you had to walk away from when you first met up with them, they're kind of saying that you're just like them. They're doing that one. Oh man, this person is scared. That's what it is. They're really scared that you're going to be taking yourself. They're scared that you're going to be constricting yourself from them. And that is not okay. I mean, you could be telling them that it's for good reasons, but no matter what the reason, they're not okay with it. They're heavily codependent. That's what this energy is. Very codependent. You can have workplaces like that, but their dependency upon you is because they're understaffed kind of thing. Now, it's either you're scared, you don't know how to do it. Right now, you don't have the heart to do it. It's one of those three when it comes to actually untying yourself from this person, place, or thing. Why don't you feel like it? I don't... There we go. Some reason you don't feel like you handle your kingdom. Like you don't have the strength to go on your own. It's a lot of codependentness here. Can you handle being on your own? Can you handle coming home to yourself only? Can you handle waking up to yourself? Can you handle waking up and doing things differently when it comes to work? Can you handle going, and if you need to go and find somewhere else, can you handle that idea, the stress, and the work that it will take to create those new beginnings for yourself? Because you come in as an emperor. So you're somebody who's you've built a kingdom. Now this kingdom's at work, or it's at home, or it's somewhere that you frequent. You have built it. But at the same time, you're afraid of what will happen after you get yourself out of this. I think it's because you're afraid that this person won't let you go in peace. They won't let you be able to pick up and go without repercussions, in a sense. Ooh, you're in one of those type of relationships with the person, place, or thing. This could be a place when you finally get ready to go, they come in telling you how much they need you. But again, I have you needing to balance out this energy for yourself on both sides of yourself, between the light and the dark, between where you want to go and accepting that it's time to go. What else needs to come out? 9 of Wands. One of the things that's going to help you out is opening up to your mistakes of the past. And again, checking out that new moon, full moon interpretation, it talks about that. And if you're here in this situation because of your past and you feel like, oh, because of who I was, I don't deserve to go any further, or I don't deserve these other achievements, these other kind of goals, big ambitions that I really want because of my past mistakes. That's a bunch of baloney. That is a bunch of baloney. Nobody's perfect, Leo. I'll tell you right now, I've done some stuff in my past that I am lucky, very lucky I never got caught up for. And guess what? I've went back to school. I've changed careers 2 times. And I don't let that past of who I was stop me. I don't. And that past of who I was doesn't make me turn my nose up to people who are still in that mess either. No. If anything, it has humbled me. Because just like that person I was telling you about that I would have those interventions for, I was supposed to, or I could have came close to living under a bridge just like them. Just like another one, I could have made choices to where I would not be here today. But when it was time to rise up, I didn't give myself a choice. Yes, it did come at the expense of having kids, and that's when I finally grew up. But it was just as easy to go back to those habits. It was just as easy to go back to doing everything that was not okay if I wanted to. But I chose not to. I chose to open up and start to look for something different. If I wanted to find the bad habits again, I could have found them. But I wanted to find the goals of being a good parent and doing something different than what my parents did for me. For you, what do you want to do for you? What are your goals? What are the things that can help drive you past this past that you keep holding on to, and you think that you have to punish yourself for? Because that's not the way. That's not the way we get to where we need to be in life. If you stay holding on to something, then you stay stuck there. Don't you deserve to walk around? Don't you deserve to go explore? Do you want to go see a lake? Or do you want to just stay stuck in the one spot? You want to go see what life still has to offer? You have that choice. What is the last card for the block? Has to do with this constriction. This brings it back to when you were young. And this is saying that it's okay to let go of always holding on to those times. You may have known whoever this person, place was since you were younger. You could have been in school with them, or with some of the people that are your coworkers you could have been in school with. Maybe it's something that is well known around the community. But the whole thing is you still have plenty of life to go. Yes, your young age has passed, and we are here now. You can't live for that young age anymore because you're not there. You're here in the now. Giving yourself that permission to say, okay, yeah, I was young and dumb, or yeah, I've known them since then, but right now it's just not working. We're on two different wavelengths. We're on two different paths. We have two different goals. There's two different ambitions here for what we want in life. Whew. It's okay, Leo. It is okay. It's hard when you have to pick up and you have to do what's right for you. It is hard. But you never know. Like I said, you never know what your actions could lead examples for others. I know in my heydays when I was not doing the greatest and I was making poor choices as a high schooler, I had a whole group of friends that were doing it too. Some made it, some didn't. And the ones who made it, it took them a little bit more time to start figuring it out. But they did it. But they did it at their own timing. Because my timing wasn't their timing. And I'm very proud of them. Very, very proud of them. So sometimes you have to be the trailblazer. That's what I get. Even when you have others trying to sabotage you, you still got to hold your head up high and know where you're trying to go. Know what you're trying to do for yourself. How you're trying to bring in that balance. That balance when it comes to your stability, your security, what you really want in life, how you want to accomplish things, how you want to live your life. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this conclusion. Divine and universal energy. What is it that needs to come out for the conclusion? This is beautiful. I love the way this felt. To help you dodge those bullets. Again, we talked about releasing that past. Releasing your mistakes. Releasing those mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. Nobody's perfect. You know, I always say, and I've read this in a book, when you make your mistakes, you're not supposed to be hard on yourself. If anything, congratulate yourself for trying. You know, you tried up until then. That was really hard. And you know what? Open yourself up to that you can still try afterwards, and that this is just a mistake. And when you're in the midst of this mistake, really feel how it affects you now, how it makes you feel, and take from that a learning point for the next time that you try again. Or even the next time that you want to make that mistake. When you get ready to make that mistake, remember how it made you feel the last time. And really think about if it's really worth it. Most likely it's not going to be worth it. And it could be the thing that helps you recognize that, hey, maybe I don't need to do this. Maybe this feeling that I have is just the urge in the moment because I'm dealing with stress from this troll, from this person, from this place, from this situation. And it's gonna pass. It's gonna pass. I'm gonna let it pass, and I'm not gonna let it be my downfall. I'm not gonna let it undo all the hard work that I've been working for. All right, resistance. We have resistance land on that tower. Look at that. Resist their temptations. Resist wanting to still punish yourself for the past. Resist the urge not to change. Resist it. All right, we have 2 more cards. Discernment and beginnings. Using discernment when it comes to the beginnings that you want. Seeing how choices can lead you to those new beginnings, or how choices can lead you away from those beginnings. These choices have to do with cutting through the very things that tie you down. It's a lot that has to do with the mind. Wisdom. There's something that you don't feel like you have. You don't feel like you have wisdom. You don't feel like you can be able to access. And you don't feel like you've had a beautiful life. What have I gained in my life? Oh, you're beating yourself up. That's what I get. Yeah, that's what I hear somebody calling themselves stupid, 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 stupid over and over. I should have known better. Why didn't I see this coming in? Stupid, 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 stupid. Oh, you gotta stop that. Your life is only as ugly as you make it. That's what I can tell you. You only feel how you feel by the ways that you react to yourself. If you're always reacting to yourself in a negative way, you're always going to be feeling really negative about yourself. So stuff has came in and it blindsided you. Why did it blindside you? Was it because of these habits? Was it because of this other person who kept you there? Was it because of yourself? Was it because that you're holding on to a past that you don't want to let go of those mistakes? you have to figure that out. And then you have to sit down with yourself and be honest. Is anyone perfect? If not one person's perfect, then why do you expect yourself to be perfect? How are you supposed to learn if life's perfect? Some of the best speakers out there are people who have been through it. Some of the people who bring the biggest messages are the people who have been through it and who have overcame it. Why don't you start to surround yourself with stuff like that? Listening to other people's testimony of how they were in the sauce like you was in the sauce at one time. And see how they're up on that stage. See how hundreds of people are clapping for them. See the comments of people saying, I am happy that you spoke your truth, what you've been through, and how you went from then until now. You might just see that sometimes it takes the past of some shitty shit that happened that could help propel us into learning some stuff about ourselves, which will empower us to help others, whether it's through our example or through the message that we carry, Leo. Oof. Oof, 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 oof. I think I'm going to leave it at that. That was beautiful. I got a lucky number 7 here for the cards for the last. Let's read number 7. 777, spiritual awakening. You have listened. It's time to reap rewards. Sometimes the reward is having the confidence to keep going where you know you're meant to be. Don't forget to thank your angels, ancestors, and spirit guides. And thank you, Leo, so much for hanging out. And I hope that you have a most wonderful, wonderful rest of your day.